Have you ever wondered how one voice could echo across generations, lighting up hearts while concealing fractures that nearly shattered it entirely? Connie Francis, the trailblazing force behind classics like Who's Sorry Now and the suddenly explosive Pretty Little Baby, slipped away at 87, tale brims with untold layers that pull you in deeper. From soaring highs that redefined pop to depths that tested human limits, her journey carved out what true endurance looks like. And right when it seemed her story had faded, a fresh wave brought it roaring back, only for fate to intervene. Imagine a young girl in the gritty streets of Newark, New Jersey during the late 1930s, lugging an accordion almost as big as she was, all because her determined father spotted a glimmer of star power. That was Connie. Born Concetta Rosa Maria Franconero into an Italian-American family where music wasn't just a hobby, it was destiny. Starting at 3 with lessons, she hit talent shows by 4, her small stature belting out notes that commanded attention. School days brought cruelty, with classmates mocking her heritage and that bulky instrument, but she channeled it all into her passion. As a teen, she shone on Star Time Kids, swapping the accordion for a raw, captivating vocal style that drew eyes from industry scouts. Early singles stumbled, and rejection loomed from labels. Yet her dad's push led to reworking a forgotten 1920s tune she initially resisted. That track ignited everything, propelling her from obscurity to the limelight in a flash. Little did she know, it was the spark of a legacy that would span continents. In her prime, Connie didn't merely perform. She shattered ceilings in a male-dominated world. By 1960, she etched history as the first woman to seize Billboard's Hot 100 top spot with Everybody's Somebody's Fool, a bold move that rattled the establishment. Her catalog burst with energy: the playful Stupid Cupid, the sassy Lipstick on Your Collar, the wistful Where the Boys Are, plus heartfelt gems like Mama and My Heart Has a Mind of Its Own. Venturing beyond English, she recorded in Italian, German, Spanish, and Yiddish, dominating charts in places like Germany and Japan, proving her appeal knew no borders. Hollywood beckoned too, casting her in lighthearted beach films that mirrored the carefree vibe of the era, blending her tunes with on-screen charm. By her early 20s, millions of records flown off shelves, as she masterfully fused rock and roll's edge with ballads that resonated across ages, from rebellious youth to nostalgic adults. Yet beneath the sparkle, subtle fissures began to appear, hinting at storms that would soon unleash. Romance proved a thorny path for Connie, riddled with meddling and fleeting joys. She walked down the aisle 4 times, each union dissolving quicker than the last, beginning with press agent Dick Canellis in 1964, a match her overbearing father swiftly undermined to keep her focused on stardom. Next came restaurateur Izzy Marion in 1971, followed by Joseph Garzilli in 1973, who blessed her with her adopted son Joseph Jr., a rare constant in her life, and finally businessman Bob Parkinson in 1985. Her father George's shadow loomed heaviest, sabotaging potential happiness, like her deep connection with fellow singer Bobby Darin, whom she cherished but lost to his fears of distraction. This paternal grip fostered isolation, leaving her craving normalcy in a whirlwind existence. Rumors of domineering family ties painted her as caught in a web of love and loyalty. And as these bonds unraveled, even graver threats emerged on the edge. A single terrifying evening in 1974 altered her world forever. Fresh off a high-energy concert, she retreated to her hotel suite seeking solace, only to confront an armed intruder who inflicted a brutal violation at knife point, leaving her physically and emotionally ravaged. In a display of fierce resolve, she took the hotel to court for negligence in security, securing a groundbreaking $2.5 million verdict that spurred nationwide reforms in victim protections and hotel safety standards. The victory was bittersweet, though, as trauma's grip tightened, flooding her with anxiety that spiraled into reliance on prescriptions and overwhelming despair. Medical experts bungled her care, mislabeling her suffering and confining her to institutions repeatedly, 17 times over 9 years, under tags that never truly fit. It became an endless loop of agony, pushing her to edges few could fathom, but a faint inner fire persisted, signaling more fights ahead. Misfortunes cascaded relentlessly, each one chipping away further. A 1977 nasal operation went horribly wrong, robbing her of her signature voice and sidelining her for years of painstaking therapy to reclaim it. Then, In 1981, devastation hit home when her brother George, a principled attorney exposing organized crime, fell victim to a calculated hit by mob associates, ripping open wounds tied to underworld shadows. The grief snapped her from stupor, compelling her to support her family amid swirling theories of retaliation from figures like the Genovese Syndicate. These blows plunged her into profound lows, where despair whispered finality, yet lingering questions. Why target her circle? Stirred speculation that fueled her drive to transform suffering into strength. Undeterred, she rose repeatedly, converting torment into triumph. She emerged as an advocate for the marginalized, collaborating with policymakers on anti-crime initiatives and mental health reforms under the Reagan era, while openly bearing her wounds to aid fellow survivors through organizations like Mental Health America. Stage returns in the 1980s and later rekindled her essence, with shows that reignited global admiration. Her autobiography, Who's Sorry Now?, stripped away illusions, garnering acclaim for its honesty and cementing her as a beacon of survival. Legal battles against music giants for misusing her tracks in inappropriate contexts underscored her tenacity. Post-2018 retirement, her voice for justice endured, a self-proclaimed liberal weaving connections across lines, though murmurs of ignored accolades, such as Rock Hall exclusions, lent a sharp note of injustice to her trailblazing path. Then came 2025's unexpected surge, a poetic final act. Her 1962 track, Pretty Little Baby, long overlooked, detonated on platforms like TikTok through dance challenges and nostalgic memes, drawing in billions and vaulting it onto Billboard's Global 200 and Spotify lists after 63 years. At 87, despite mobility challenges from hip ailments confining her to a wheelchair, she radiated joy in online clips, marveling at the global buzz.
I'm flabbergasted and excited about the huge buzz my 1962 recording of Pretty Little Baby is making all over the world. To think that a song I recorded 63 years ago is captivating new generations of audiences is truly overwhelming for me. Thank you, TikTok.
It's beyond words, she shared, as fresh audiences discovered her magic. But shadows crept in, hospitalization for searing pelvic pain from a fracture, ICU tests uncovering pneumonia, and a rapid downturn that silenced her on July 16th. Whispers linked it to echoes of old scars, yet those close confirmed a peaceful close to a stormy existence. In the aftermath, waves of homage poured in, underscoring her indelible mark. Fans flooded social channels with memories, from wedding dances to personal inspirations, while stars like Gracie Lawrence honored her with emotional renditions of Who's Sorry Now? At public gatherings. Media tributes hailed her as a pioneer who not only topped charts but championed survivors, her story resonating in calls for better mental health support and victim rights. Connie Francis transcended being a mere vocalist. She embodied a relentless spirit that rebuilt from ruins time and again, her melodies mirroring a life of defiance against odds. From humble Newark origins to worldwide acclaim, she dismantled obstacles, weathered profound heartaches, and illuminated paths for others. As her echo lingers in the air, it prompts a haunting thought. What greater heights might she have reached without such relentless trials? Let that fuel your own pursuit of brilliance